Hey, what's up, guys? This is video number 6, and what we've done in the previous 5 is we've gotten the audio ready to be assaulted by a maximizer, or a limiter, or some sort of something on the master that brings up the overall level. There's a lot to choose from traditionally, at least in my experience doing this for over 300 years. uh, you'd use the L2. The L2 is used quite a bit. It's still used quite a bit. It has that character that you can just almost hear it on everything. Um, these days, I'm using the Pro L to achieve more loudness. But what I'm also what I also discovered recently is Limitless, which is by DMG Audio, and this is a oops, Pro L is a single band limiter. Limitless is a multi-band limiter up to 6. And Limitless is a bit new, uses essentially complex math that I can't begin to understand, let alone explain. But you could bring the threshold down or up. You bring the threshold up in Pro L, threshold down in here. It's exactly the same thing going on. It boosts the signal coming in, and yeah, essentially that's what you do. And you can clip before, but we won't get into that. Essentially, want to keep it kind of simple. Just bring the threshold down, play around with it, and you're off to the races. So I'll start with a Pro L. Pro L's traditional, and same thing follows with the L2 by waves. Same thing. So let's bring it up. All right, so it's peaking at negative 5.6 dB, and we're not going to be using the case system. Right, and what I want to do is bring this up. So this line is the RMS, which is the average, and this up here is the peak. The peak is at the peak of your audio when you export. It won't go over 0, but you want some headroom anyway. But yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. So we'll bring the gain up. It's detecting peaks. So that's why you have negative 1 dB before you get going. Right? I like negative 8 dB RMS on my tracks. It's kind of the middle ground, and it sounds pretty good. We have negative 2.1 dBs of gain reduction, and yeah, we raised the gain 6.9, if you remember that number. And there's some advanced tabs that we can get into. Look ahead, which will improve the quality, reduce distortion. Right, and that's a good way to get loudness out of your tracks. It sounds phenomenal. Anyway, so we'll go back, we'll get rid of that, and we're going to be using Limitless. Now there's a bunch of maximizers you can use, or limiters. A maximizer is a fancy word for limiter. And you can read forum posts for days about which is the best one. But as of now, the soup of the day is Limitless. For me, it just sounds pretty cool. So where were we? 6.9 dB. So I'll bring that down, and we'll go 6.9 dB. So think of the threshold. What you're doing is bring the threshold down, or you're boosting it. It's the same number, except it's reversed, but it's the same thing. We'll compare those. Right, so it's multi-band, which is fun. And yeah, with multi-band, it's a little more complicated. because yeah, there's a bunch of bands you got to work with, and Limitless is pretty deep. But in general, at the end of all of our EQing and compression, it's really unexciting. You just kind of bring a threshold knob down, you bring a fader down, or you bring it up, and you make your tracks louder. Essentially, that's what it comes to. All of this fine, finicky work to just basically do this. But you can play around with it. There's like different releases and stuff like that. Um, I want to do a couple video, like a series on the L2 and the L3. Maybe just the regular L uh, multi maximizer. Who knows? But yeah, different styles here. We'll go transparent. Thing about Limitless, which is pretty cool about it, because it can detect, from what I've read, it can detect the transients and the dynamics separately. So it kind of limits those and it clips those, or doesn't clip them, but it limits those separately. You can see kind of what it's doing here. So it's squishing those top parts, making it sound awesome. Uh, for Limitless, you want to bring your ceiling down. That should also be another video. Bring that down, and yeah, you get your loudness, which is what you want. And what I should do is give you a listen to what it sounded like before. So yeah, I'm gonna play this, and then yeah, we'll be back. All right, so I hope that helps you to get your tracks sounding good and loud. Obviously, a lot more goes into it than this series, but yeah, and it's different per track, per material. Like it's like EDM music, electronic dance music, or acoustic music, or like an orchestra. It's all different. Um, yeah. Hope you guys learn stuff. Let me know what you think. Take care and rock and roll. Have a good one. Thug life and good day.